I want you to know that this is the year of elevation. Believing God that there's going to be an elevation in every area of your life. We move from vision to victory. God specifically told me that in order for us to reach that place of victory, there's got to be an elevation. And so what God plans to do with us this year, for those that will be obedient to what He's called you to do, He's going to elevate you. Somebody shout amen.
And all I could think about, if that would have been Fallon or Nicholas, it would have been trouble in that store right there. Because my mother told me that whatever you clown at, that's where it's going down. Anybody know what I'm talking about up in here? It comes a time, brothers and sisters, where you have to discipline your children. And similar to the discipline that we have to give to our children, in this Hebrew text on today, this text is overloaded, the overtones of it. The metaphor in this text is a parent disciplining his child. So it's interesting here because in the Greek and in the Hebrew, so the idea here in this text of chastening, the word chastening or chastened or chastisement is the key word here. For the Greek word here, it means to be trained, or a parent training their child, or a parent educating their child. So when I am actually chastening my children, I'm not being brutal on them. I'm not hurting them, but in actuality, what I'm doing is I'm training them and educating them to the ways of life. Church got real quiet right there. Okay. So it's a word. It's these words here. In other words, it's used as a training process. It's this Greek and Hebrew word here is a broad word. It speaks not just to, watch this, spanking your child or disciplining your child in the sense that is a very broad, but it speaks to this adult version of cultivating the soul of your child and bringing them, watch this, into a proper maturity. So I'm mighty afraid, brothers and sisters, that part of the problem that we have is that one of the reasons why our children are not as matured as they should be is because we haven't taken the opportunities, amen, and trained them in the correct manner through chastisement. So in same likeness with the text here on this morning, the thought is that God says is that some of the reasons that you are going through what you are going through is not by happenstance, it's not by coincidence. God says that what I am doing is I'm training you. I'm correcting you. I am maturing your spirit. I am bringing you to a level, amen, of understanding about life. That way when you move through life, you will understand what you should and what you should not do. Problem, brothers and sisters, here, amen, in our text here is that this Hebrew writer here, he's addressing, amen, the people of God because of the fact that they had fainting spells. They were spiritually fainting. They were falling out because they were Christians and they were looking at what was going on in their life, and they were very displeased. In the 11th chapter, we understood and we looked at the adversity that many of our brothers and sisters went through in the Hebrew Hall of Fame. But in the 12th chapter, amen, it bounces around and it tells us about Jesus' suffering. But here, brothers and sisters, herein lies in one of the most provocative theological debates that we have ever crossed over in Christianity. The question is, why do Christians suffer? Ask your neighbor that. Say, why do Christians suffer? the Christian stuff. In this text here, amen, in this text here, it brings some illumination, it brings some light, amen, to our thought on today, because the understanding here that one of the reasons that Christians suffer is not always because it's the devil's fault, but understand God said that I'm going to be a father to you, that those of you that commit iniquity, he says, I will chasten you. So he says here, when I chasten you, I am correcting you, I am training you, I am educating you. So in other words, I can't sit here and blame everything on the devil. Bump your neighbor and say, you can't blame everything on the devil. You can't blame everything on the devil. Because some of the stuff that you are going through right now, it's not the devil's fault. But God says that I am stepping into a parental role in your life, and I am training you, I am educating you, and I am correcting you, because the road that you're on right now is you're heading down the road of destruction. And if I don't correct you, and I don't train you, and I don't develop you, I'm mighty afraid you're going to miss the blessing that God has.